Okay, this is going to be a silly way to do this because when I'm on my walk, I can't open my Bible and project, so then it's kind of strange. Anyway, so the very next section is like super intense. Like it talks about how powerful our tongue is. So it just picks up exactly where I left off on the last little live, because our tongue has the power to bring a fire. And what I think is interesting is that James, the author of James again, half brother of Jesus. I always like to make sure people understand that to give it some context. Through the power of the Holy Spirit is writing down that our tongue is more powerful than, say, a fire, and he says that you can tame the tongue, but you cannot tame, you can tame a lion, but you can't tame a tongue. And that's super interesting. And then he ends that section about, again, talking about the wholeness of who we are. He says, out of the same mouth flow blessings and cursings. This cannot be. So I find that super interesting because I've been thinking an awful lot. Like I did this silly thing a couple days ago, which I don't normally do, on Facebook, where somebody had one of those poll questions. And the question was kind of interesting, and it was leading to something about the way we are all reacting to this time when the government's slowly letting us reopen. And I answered it, which I don't normally do anyway, because I knew that it would put me out there and kind of open me up for trolling, or just open me up in a way that I try not to do, because I think that the internet has a lot of potential for people misunderstanding. And so here I am doing a live in that same media thing. And yeah, anyway, there's lots of control that's out there. And so I feel like those who are on the media actually know that the power of words, because I'll tell you what, when I first started doing these, I would get lots and lots of views, and it's not necessarily because they were good, but they came up in people's feeds. But as this pandemic happened, and everybody started doing this kind of thing, it's amazing how few people are actually seeing what I say without really looking for it. And that's why I created that web page, tinyurl.com, Rambling Thinker. So if you want to see where any of this is archived, that's a place. And that was a shameless plug anyway. But what I'm saying is that the media, the world, really knows that when we hear something from the mouth of someone, it actually has power. And that's what I've been noticing. So I'll come back to some more after the next set of verses. Thanks.